Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltimar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Trickster playthrough, which we started today. Video number 2. Let's get ready to kill some things. We have a not surprise round against some centipedes. We have killed one, but another one apparently spawned somewhere. It's a spitting centipede that just promptly died because it doesn't know how to not get attack of opportunity, and therefore combat has ended. Let's go pick up some loot. It's a bunch of random junk. But most importantly, it is bracers of armor. You would think bracers of armor sound pretty cool. Maybe we should put those on. No. Everyone in our group is wearing armor, unfortunately. Which means that the bracers of armor we picked up are absolutely worthless. They are, however, useful to sell, I suppose. I'm going to just put potions and stuff in people's quick slots because I don't really feel like having my inventory super duper cluttered. These ever-burning torches are very important for selling because I don't understand why we would ever use them. We've never been in a situation where we needed more light in this game. In any of our playthroughs, I'm going to charge this bug. Starting out the fight with a solid hit. Sela can not charge because she is very, very slow. We, however, got a surprise round from that because we are awesome. And Nevia shot that bug and it died. And then we got hit for a lot of damage. And then it promptly died too because that's the way it works. We can't charge it for some stupid reason. Is that a spitting one? Because it could actually do a lot of damage to us if it spits on us. We're not going to use Spirit Weapon because that would be really silly. Sela will take a hit for us. Why is Nevi not attacking? I have no idea. Hopefully, Camellia will not die in the next 3 seconds. Camellia may die in the next 3 seconds. Camellia did not die. She does have Cure Light Wounds, which did not heal for enough, because that only healed for 3, which is really bad. Let's try that again. Another 3. Equally bad, but more or less enough for our group at the moment. You can level up faster by turning off shared experience, but we're going to be using different various people throughout this. Did we get our charge off? That's really all I care about. We did. Was that a good idea? Probably not, but maybe.
Go for their hearts.
Our hope, deep down, is that we kill it before it gets a turn, because if it hits us, it can actually one-shot us. It did not get a turn, which is the important thing. We do not have any level. Oh, we do have a level of Lore Nature. Didn't expect it. I've never once been able to collect that.
Keep your calm.
Alright, Lan. I've seen you die several times now, but we're gonna try and recruit you again.
I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize that you've never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man.
Wenduag!
The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall.
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The woman looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. Her movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator.
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Lan stops her with a gesture. Who are you, tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground crusaders, the children of the Crusade's finest.
Wenduag's face twists scornfully.
Sadly, underground crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
Windwog lets out a disdainful huff.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
Demons are laying waste to Knabris.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
Lan's expression hardens.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
Windwog looks you over, considering something.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Knabris. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
I have never heard of underground crusaders before.
In Knabris, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
Here's the problem with that rumor. It is always after a midnight. For example, it is currently 7 in the morning here, approximately. It is 7 hours after midnight. Does that mean I have to worry still? Or is the fact that it's not close enough to the next midnight, so maybe you can't walk until afternoon? And then it's just before midnight? Who knows? Sela turns to Lan and Windwog.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Windwog gives a contemptuous snort.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
Anevia lets out a low whistle. What are you doing here?
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold.
Lan frowns.
Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Sul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame, and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
Windwog huffs a breath.
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
He chuckles. Windwog shrugs and turns away. A maze doesn't really lead to the surface.
That's none of...
Oops, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. There we go.
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze, and even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
Windwog snorts.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Windwog too much.
His eyes are filled with genuine concern.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
You hear a hint of emotion in Windwog's voice for the first time. A sword of holy flame. How did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Windwog rewards Lan with an irritated glare.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
We'll find your sword faster if we work together. I will help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Lan's expression brightens.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface?
Yes, pretty much.
So be it.
Alrighty, let's go take a look around. There is a lore religion check here that we may or may not fail entirely, but we're going to try and succeed. We'll save first. We might save scum it just a tiny bit.
I hope you appreciate this.
We did it. What is her lore religion check? I am curious. +3. We've been rolling pretty good at those. Statue of an unknown knight. This technique is crude, but the figure was clearly crafted with genuine feeling. Judging by the style of armor, the knight is from the First Crusade. Also, there's some loot. And there is some more loot. Really, there's a bunch of effectively trash, but we are going to need some money in this game. This room looks like an improvised museum, or perhaps some kind of temple. We're going to quickly grab all of this. We can't leave across the rubble yet, because we haven't found the sword, but there is also the way out over there.
What do we have here?
There are many
This
rooms.
is the only real one that we need. It is the only one with the cog. And that's how you know it's the real one. I'm going to quickly glance around and make sure we found all of the perception check loot. And it does appear so. So, let's save and grab ourselves a sword. A strange flash pierces the gloom, and Eltimar feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. The wound healed by Trendelev reopens and weeps scarlet, but there's no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber, this one, or another one entirely. Eltimar's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind. Thoughts clearly belonging to another. Treachery, they betrayed me, trapped me and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect. The people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are, up ahead, in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw closer? Do they believe I'm about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. While I still have strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Eltimar intuits he can control them somehow. Let's try to furiously call out heal the wounded girl. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie murky scene before Eltimar. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said that you and the other warriors of heaven would be leaving us. I think. Leaving us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true? I'm not sure if this must be leading or leaving. The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching a glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clearly. Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back. Then don't waste your strength healing me, the girl whispers. Your mission is more important. You take care. It's near. There in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears in its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirping and rustling emanates from the shadow, the sound piercing like hot irons lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest wound burns white hot. Eltimar's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is, the person called Lariel, who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. We have a knowledge arcana 0, we have a will save +3, we are determined to fight off the illusion. We failed our will check. The force of this terrifying attack, though originating in a vision, is much greater than anything Eltimar can withstand. Crippling fatigue drags him to the ground, hands trembling, cold piercing his skull and slowly creeping along his spine. The one who sent the vision is experiencing something similar. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real, it exists only in this strange vision or memory, but the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Discari, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they call Lariel. The foolish angel struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young and then old and quavering. Where is your goddess angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? I can't remember if this is actually Discari or if this is the echo of Discari, but it's one of the two. A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering, with multicolored sparks, like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword with his last burst of strength plunges it into the rock. Eltimar senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts is diminishing, like a river running dry. The last thing he hears is this: "You will kill me, monster. This I know, but one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. They'll raise it up and save and protect the innocent." The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colors. Eltimar does not hear the final words, but he seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from his lips, and with them, something else. The heat blazing in Eltimar's chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Eltimar sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather, its outline. The memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes, and the light is drawn into his hand. Eltimar senses it will return. All he needs to do is call it.
Hey! Are you alright? You were kinda glowing just now.
Sela kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Iamade.
That was it. The light of heaven, but how?
Lan looks at you, dumbfounded.
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
Wendwog frowns. I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
Lariel? That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Wendwog watches us with suspicion.
Now, Wentawag, don't be a sore loser. He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that.
Lan nods towards us.
I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
You saw it too, right? The traitors, the dying girl.
It's only us here, your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it.
Lan looks around.
Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous, and when I'm upset, and when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sol. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe and go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin.
Lan rubs his chin anxiously.
And what if he can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us.
It seems I can control it. Boom. Magic.
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing! Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Wendwog stares at the divine light, as if transfixed.
Yes, it's similar, but this light is more... golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not. He also drags his gaze away from it and looks at us pleadingly.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
Alright. Let's jump through this little thing and continue on our way. It's a mobility check.
Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
We're also going to save and also take a look at our formation. Both of these people are archers, so they kind of don't want to be in melee. Kind of going to do like a formation like that, I think.
Save the last one for me.
Luckily, we just quick saved prior to changing our formation because now there are many spiders.
I'll rip you apart!
That was a terrible, terrible shot. Stop hitting me. Can we kill this spider? No. It did survive, and it is going to hit us back. Not for very much damage, though. We also have protection from evil on, somehow.
The spirits demand your blood.
Lan can shoot that spider
crossed the wrong
and
mongrel.
miss with both attacks. Super Lan, good job. Let's try a cleaving attack on this one. There we go. That solved some of our problems. And now we just have this one left. We're fine. We're gonna need to heal, though, I guess. It's a little early in the game to be chugging healing potions, but here we are. I guess we have this one. Ah, that was a good heal. Excellent. We just need to not die. Actually, we should probably do this other check. I think we get more experience if we... No, it was just the one. Darn. Sometimes when you go back over the thing, you can get a second amount of experience for it. Not this time, though. There's a mobility check there. It's going to lead us to some earth elementals, I want to say.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
let's go take a look at what we got down here. We have a small earth elemental. Can we just charge one of them? Yes.
Yet another obstacle.
That will give us a surprise round. And since we exploded one, it's going to be a much easier fight. We did 3 damage with Wendwog, which is not particularly good. We can, however, charge with Sela. Did some damage. Lan will get a shot in.
You won't survive me.
That was not particularly
You
good.
are today's sacrifice.
They will miss all their turns, and we'll shoot again on that one.
Rip you apart!
Terrible. Can we hit?
Inheritor,
No.
guide my
Can we hit with
Endure this.
Len? No. Can we
Go
hit
for
with
their
Melia? No.
So it comes to this.
We are failing this abysmally. Oh my god, we got hit for 10 damage. That is... what was the attack roll on that? 11. Unfortunately, we got hit. Alright, this is fun. We'll kill that one. That's the important thing. We only have one
Make
left.
every strike count.
Len did hit. Camellia is going to Spirit Sword and miss. This is fine. I really wish the camera wouldn't go back to the character that it's aligned to. I don't need to see my character to know what I want to do with them. Especially ranged people. There we go.
Does anyone require
So,
my counsel?
we're going to give another healing potion to our main character. He did take a pretty solid hit, and is now fine-ish. There's also a Wand of Cure Light Wounds. We're going to try and use more of our consumables this game because we ended the game with literally hundreds of potions.
Watch out for trouble.
The mongrel did it.
I'm not even kidding.
I'm up for an adventure.
Let's save, just in case there are more spiders. And more flies, apparently.
I'll need to review this spell later.
Let's go.
Time to practice
Hit that
my
bug
combat
with a charge.
abilities.
We hit it for 14, and it died in a single hit. Sela needs to move up. She cannot charge anything. Everyone needs to move up a bunch. It looks like the bugs get to go not first. Oh. We need better armor.
Retreat is
Well, we're
always
fine.
an option.
Inheritor,
We missed.
my blade!
We missed again. That could have been bad.
You are today's sacrifice.
What did we hit? Let's just 5-foot step forward. I know that we aren't gonna get... Oh, that was a Nevia. Okay.
You won't survive me.
Nice. Good job, Lan. It's now Sela's turn. Sela can charge. And that's the end of the fight. We did take some damage again, but we're fine. Everything is good. We do have that wand. Who can use wands?
I know mystic theology, arcane
Who can use
bombomancy,
wands?
eldritch
Camellia can use wands.
sciomancy,
Well,
and many other clever words.
That was terrible. Let's try that again. That was much better. There's a small amount of irony in having Camellia heal people, being that she is a hardcore serial killer and loves to kill everything.
Did we find trouble? No.
No
They
spiders behind us, just in front of us. If we charge in, we can not kill one, and then put ourselves in grave danger. I was kind of hoping we'd kill one, to be completely honest with you.
Into the fray!
Okay, good. So at least Sela's taking a hit for us. Lan, can you shoot the spider, please? No? Alright. Wendwell, can you shoot the spider, please? No. Alright. We can cleaving attack. We killed both of them in one single hit,
You've made your choice.
thus ending the fight much faster. We won't be using cleave very much in the future. However, in the beginning of the game, it's pretty useful. Also, when we get cleaving finished, it'll also be even more useful. Wendwell glances at Lan, who is fixing his slipped bowstring and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you're coming from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you, don't show the light of heaven to Sol. Lan is sure that the light should be shown to the mongrels. Lan, Wendwell grimaces, and a guttural, husky snarl unfurls in her throat. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads. Thought you considered the mongrels to be great warriors. The descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, that we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves and another to fight in the shield maze. Wendwog leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I spent my whole life training so I could make it through to the end. There were more of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought, but we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge. It's cunning and full of traps. It's dark as the primordial night, and if you close your eyes and listen, you can hear the whispers right behind you, and soft singing in the distance that seems to rise and fall with the beating of your heart. Wendwog looks away. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to do that again, and it will happen because if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they're going, all because Lan believes that a glowing sword will solve all of our problems. Don't you want to save the kids lost in the maze? I do, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Sol is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to and find them, or whatever's left of them. Without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my own life. Wendwog slows. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we'll make it to the end of the maze together and find the way out to the surface. I'll think about it. Let's go. Wendwog nods. Don't show the chief the light, and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. Let's take a quick look at the map and make sure we didn't miss anything. I'm pretty sure we got everything involved in this place, though. We went this way. We found this little side passage. We went up here. We got the sword. We jumped over here. We jumped over there. We got all those things, and we came to the end. Pretty sure that's it. Let's get out of here and get ourselves a level, which we aren't going to be doing in this video. We'll do the level in the beginning part of the third episode of this playthrough. Let's go do this. Talking to people here is kind of worthless until you've talked to Sol. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can't go very far without talking to Sol. He comes up right away. We are going to be showing the light of heaven to Sol, because that is the good thing to do. Your first impression of the mongrel village is of a squalid dump, with the odors to match. Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting with white eyeless fish, while others are repairing fishing nets. All the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in the air. A heavyset, aged mongrel slowly shifts his way towards you. The hair on his head grows in limp, wispy strands, and his face has a distinctly rat-like appearance, with pronounced teeth, and you hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of his eyes is white and fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. I'm not going to do his weird accent this time. Uplanders, eh? End times are upon us indeed. Chief Sol, we found the angel's sword, and we found the one who can wield it, Lan points at us. He had a vision, and now the angel's sword, together with the light of heaven, are somehow inside him. Gather the tribe, anyone who can hold a weapon. The young ones are still alive, we can go save them. Sol raises his hand with ragged broken fingernails. Ah, Lan, always dreaming, always talking. You're too hasty for your own good. It's gonna get you in trouble. Sol eyes you up and down. An uplander with the light of heaven, that's too good for us. Our kind doesn't have good things happen. There's always a catch. Lan trusts people because he likes to believe. Isn't that right, Lan? I'm the chief. I don't work on faith. Show the light. Wendwog stares at you intently, like a cat watching a bird. She shakes her head in warning. Normally, I would go with the chaotic Lan is mistaken, but we don't want Wendwog with us. Wendwog is a pretty good character, but Lan is also a pretty good character. And I kind of want to bring Lan with us with this particular... Oh, do I? Or do I want Wendwog? We could bring Wendwog along. She's pretty good. But Lan is also quite good. And Wendwog kind of annoys me sometimes, but Lan also annoys me sometimes. And we are trying to play a chaotic playthrough, so we're gonna do Lan is mistaken. We didn't find the sword. Lan whips around at you stunned. He clenches his fists for a moment as if planning to shake the truth out of you, but he quickly gets a handle on himself. I don't know why you're lying. No doubt you have your reasons, but I know it's a lie, and you know it, and Wendu knows it. Lan turns to Wendwog. Tell him, Wendu. Wendwog stares blankly back at him. I saw the light shining between the rocks, then it went out. Lan saw what he wanted to see. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Telling the truth? I don't want the blood of gullible mongrels on my hand. So instead we'll have the blood of young mongrels on our hands. Kids are waiting for help that'll never come. He shakes his head in despair. Everyone around me said that they didn't want to go anywhere or save anyone, but I didn't believe them. I always have to take things further than everybody else. Isn't that right, Chief? Fine. I see how things are. I don't need any more convincing. Lan offers a crooked smile. Please, Lan. Miracles are not meant for us. We, the tribe, we wait. If you're one of us, you'll wait. We're not going anywhere. Uplanders, rest now. There's a hut over there. You can rest there. Lan is silent, his eyes shifting from you to Sol to Wendwog. You made the right choice. It was the lesser of two evils. Incorrect. And now rest. We'll be at our best when we go into the maze. I promise to lead you to the surface, and I will. And we gained a level. This is the important thing. The level up. But we're going to do that at the beginning of the next video, because, full disclosure, I haven't actually planned all of our side characters' level ups. So, I'm going to do that between videos. I have our main character all planned out, but not anyone else, and I need to pick some builds that are going to be good for hard mode. I'll have to ponder it a little. Anyways, like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. We'll level up and we'll continue on into the shield maze. Take care. See you next time.